So we've all seen the how to make money guides in Palia. I myself have watched just about all of them. But there's something that they're not telling you. The true cost of making money. And that's what we're going to cover today. So this is James, and like many of you, I picked up Palia off of a recommendation from a friend, and I have been thoroughly enjoying this game. I'm usually not an MMO player, but this doesn't really feel like a lot of the MMOs I've seen in the past, but it's definitely sucked me in and has taken up a lot of my time over the last 3 days. And while doing that, of course, you're always out looking for knowledge and extra information on how to do things like, what does this do? How do I get this piece? What's the last part of this quest? And a big part of this game is money, because you really can't do anything without money, just like in real life. So I've been out watching the guides and the different things, and I came up with a few issues I have with them. Not in the concept, but in what they're telling you about these things. So first, most people will look, if you're going to look and find guides, you'll find the guides on hunting, fishing, or bug catching, mining, different things like that. All of those 100% legit. No problem with them. It's just when you're out hunting, you're got to run all over the map, make arrows, find the animals, collect the hides, turn them back in, stuff like that. It's just a time sink like in anything else, and you will have to do that stuff. There is no way around hunting, fishing, bug catching. Of course, you could probably skip bug catching because it's not that profitable, and it's nothing really in that skill tree you need to progress in the game. But anyway, the hunting and fishing, it's just a time sink. If you go into my stats here, you'll see that I am hunting level 7 and fishing level 10. I prefer the fishing over the hunting. Personally, I find it's a really good, easy way to make money. You stand in one spot, click. I can be watching a video on the other screen, eating something, looking at my phone while I'm sitting there fishing. But those are all active money-making endeavors. The true, probably big money maker is going to be in farming. And you might look at it on the surface and go, well, you really don't make that much off of it. Well, the thing is, a lot of the items and stuff you make money on in farming, you can do while you're not online. So we'll go over here to my little gardening plot. I'm just kind of testing something right now with this layout. I don't know if this is how I'll keep it, but this is your maximum 9 slots of farming. I've got a few machines set up, 4 seed processors, a glowworm farm, and 2 worm farms. Now, if you look at one of the latest big videos out there about making a massive passive income, again, 100% legitimate. Nothing in that video is fake. It all works. But as you can see, this is where I'm at after 3 days of grinding. So let's get into the true cost of getting a setup like this running. So first, when you start out farming, you're going to end up with 2 of these garden plots. Each garden plot is a 3x3, so 9 tiles. You're going to hoe them, and then you're going to need to go to the general store. At the general store, you're going to have a selections of seeds that you can purchase that you're going to need to plant in your plot. I'm not really going to give a recommendation. Potatoes and tomatoes work really well together because if you line them up right, they water themselves. They kind of can not need as much attention, but you pick whatever you need. You do you. Pick whatever you want. That's not the point. So you're going to want to farm those, and once you plant them in the ground, like these tomatoes, I've gone through 1 day cycle, and the day cycle for the farming starts every day at 6 a.m. And once 6 a.m. rolls around, they get their growth tick to the next level. Just a little insight, tomatoes, it takes 3 days for them to grow to their first harvest. Then it's 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, and then the plant goes away. Most other plants have a life cycle and how they do. You can look that up. There's a lot of wikis out there on farming, which will tell you the specifics of each different thing. Each different thing that you plant's going to have different bonuses. They're going to affect the adjacent tiles to the left and the right, up and down, not diagonal. But anyway, that's not the point. You're going to want to farm, grow this stuff, and for the love of God, please, 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 please eat something before you harvest, because your XP for farming doesn't click until you actually harvest. All the hoeing, the planting, weeding, watering, stuff like that does not give you the XP. You get the XP when you harvest a plant. So please have some food, have your focus up so you take maximum advantage of that XP. Once you reach level 2 in farming, you're going to be able to get these seed processors. So what do these seed processors do? Well, I'll show you what they do. They take your crops that you've collected and they turn them into seeds. Each seed takes a different amount of time and a different amount of input and outputs. So we're going to look at tomatoes. It's 2 tomatoes, 2 seeds. But if you look at potatoes, 1 potato, 4 seeds. So this is a pretty good, what you get, what you put in versus what you get. Onions the same way, 1 for 4, and it's only a 24-minute where potatoes is hour 24. I might try setting up and doing some onions just because the seeds are such a low turnaround. But same thing with the carrots, 1 to 4. Just got to look into the pricing of them. But again, that's not really the point of the video. And then once you get your seeds going, you're not going to have to buy them anymore. You're going to be able to take your own seeds and plant them. But as you see, it takes 1 hour to get 4 seeds. 1 hour is about a 1-day cycle. That's about how the whole day cycles. So you're not going to really have enough seeds to replant if you're only running 1 seed makers. So you're going to get multiple ones. So you're going to put the 4th one in. And honestly, about the time you go to place the 2nd one, you're going to go, crap, why can't I place it? That's because you need licenses from the city hall anytime you place anything over your 5 machine limit. And if you've already played up to this point, you're going to have a sawmill, you're going to have a smelter. Hopefully, you're going to have a loom, which you are going to need this in the game. And so crap, anything over 5, you're going to have to go buy license. So your 6th license, which will be the first one, the license for your 6th machine, which will be the first one. We'll just refer to them as how many licenses. So your first license, 500 gold, not bad. Allows you to put 6 machines down. Your 2nd one, 750. Allows you to put 7. Your 3rd is 1,000. That allows you to put 8. Your 4th, 1,250. So you can have 9 machines. Your 5th is 1,500, which allows you to put down 10. And that's where I'm at. And if you ran a total, that's 5,000 gold. Not to mention, your seed collector's only 100 gold, so that's not a big deal. But you're going to have the materials and stuff to make it. Which in order to make it, you're going to need the other machines. You're going to need to mine, so on, so forth. Then, to help bring along the process, you're going to want some fertilizer and something to do with your machine. So the worm maker is awesome. You put tomatoes in, or just about any other fruit or vegetable, you're going to get quality up fertilizer, which takes the quality of your fruit from a standard to a starred variety, which is worth more money. So you have a difference of a 23 gold tomato and a 34 gold. And it gives you worms for fishing. So it's a win-win. But in order to unlock the worm farm, you're going to need to be at a level 4 fishing. So you're going to have done a lot of fishing, which in order to get the money, to fund all this stuff, you should have been fishing anyway. You could have been out hunting, but the hunting's really not going to help you advance. And then you'll see a lot of these guys, they talk about the glowworm farm, which is awesome, and I just made it a little bit ago. See, I've only ran through 3 cycles so far. Same thing, you put your tomatoes in, you get glowworms, which again, great for fishing, and you get harvest boost fertilizer. The harvest boost actually gives you more plants. It's awesome, but this is where the true cost of this comes in. So you listening to me? This is where your true costs come in. Up until this point, it's reasonable. A couple hours of fishing, maybe a couple hours of hunting. You know, not bad. You get your money. In order to make the glowworm farm, number one, you're going to need to be at fishing level 7. So I hope you've been doing a lot of fishing up to this point. The recipe, you're going to need flow infused planks, which means you're going to have your wood cutting up to a certain level to unlock that. And that recipe alone is 2,000 gold. And you're going to also need at least the fine axe in order to cut down flow infused planks with some help from either your friends or other people on the server. Because if you know about flow trees, you know you just can't cut them down by yourself because they regain health. Look it up if you're not familiar with it. Stone bricks you're going to get in the smelter. Iron bars. It's only a 100 gold recipe, but you're going to need to be up to the point to have iron and be able to collect iron. And if you got a fine axe, you should already be at that point. And then you're going to need leather in the fabric loom. So you're going to have to even get to this point, have fished a ton, chopped a whole lot of wood, and went out and found iron, killed a lot of animals for the leather. Again, it's not a cheap process. So far I've been able to make one. Let's go over here. Infused planks. What do I have in my inventory? I got another 7. So I gotta look and see. I forget how many it cost. No, it's gonna be in the crafters. So if we go into the glowworm farm, so yeah, it's 12 more. So I can't even make a second one at this point. I can't put it down. If I wanted to, I'd have to go buy another license. But I'd probably have to go farm at least. It's a 1-to-1, so we need 5 more. So probably at least another 2 infused trees. And if you know, again, if you've been playing the game, they're not the easiest thing to find. And then let's talk about the garden plots. So, like I said before, you're going to start out with only 2x2. So you're going to have a 9x9 and a 9x9. So roughly a 6x3. The maximum amount you can have is 9 of those, and you buy those from Badru. And the third one's not bad. So basically if you go 3 through 9, they start at 250, 500, 750, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and 3,000 for a total of 9,000 gold. So 9,000 gold to get your max number of plots. And to make this farm anywhere near reasonable to make any money, you're going to want to have all 9 just for the quantity of product you're going to want to try to get out of this thing. So hopefully this video was informational and not too discouraging. I just want to make sure people that you know that a lot of these videos online, well, again, 100% legit. That is a 100% legit way to make the money. If you haven't put in the grinding and working towards it, you're not going to be pulling that sweet 30 grand while you sleep at night. You're going to have to put in a lot of work. And if you're a casual player like me that really only has time on the weekends and maybe a couple hours each night, because we got real jobs, it's going to take you a bit. Hopefully, by the end of the week this week, I can be at that point where I'm just pulling down fat stacks of Palia gold every day while I sleep. So, if you made it this far, thanks a lot. I appreciate all the views, and if you wouldn't mind, if you like the content, please think about subscribing. I think we are going to do a little bit more Palia content in the future. There are quite a few other games we cover, but this one's kind of got my attention at the moment, so that's what we're going to be putting videos out on. So comment if you have any questions or anything else you would like to see in the future. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.